I have such an admiration for Sam as a Star Wars fan above all. He knows his lore and he knows his character. The fact that he's on is what's making me be like, yeah, let's sit down and watch it.
Hey everybody!
Hello!
This is MaJeliv. I'm Matthew.
I'm Jenny. I'm Jimmy.
I'm Jose.
And I'm Joshua.
And we're the Vasquez family. We're a family of artists and actors. We love to break open movies and TV shows. You may have seen us in TV shows like Miss Marvel, The Liberator, Cobra Kai, The Walking Dead, or in movies like The Valet, Lila Crocodile, or in our own original short films like Candy Chaos. But today we are breaking open the teaser trailer for Star Wars MAUL Shadow Lord. 3 parts to that title. But yes, this is a very interesting project. Sam Witwer, I believe, is returning to play Maul. We don't know a lot about this. I had to do a little bit of research of what's potentially coming in this show. Obviously, it may pick up right after Clone Wars, leading up to Rebels, when we see Darth Maul again. If you remember, Darth Maul created that organization, Crimson Dawn, that we see kind of pop up in Solo. So maybe we tap into that. But I've also heard that we might see Maul get an apprentice, which, again, I don't know enough about the lore. I mean, I know lore, just not specifically about Darth Maul and what all that entails. But what's interesting about that tidbit is the fact that in George Lucas's original sequel trilogy, the main villains of that were Darth Maul and his apprentice, which is interesting that they're now bringing that into the story that we all know. Obviously, in terms of Star Wars, Kathleen Kennedy just stepped down as president of Lucasfilm. Dave Filoni is now creative chief officer, and then I forget the name of the other person working with him that's working on the more business side. We have 2 people now leading Lucasfilm, and so it's an interesting time. Obviously, Star Wars, similar to Marvel, has been through some ups and downs, some really great projects, and then some interesting ones. But nonetheless, we're excited to be here today. Thank you for joining us. We'll share more of our thoughts after we watch the teaser trailer for MAUL Shadow Lord. Here we go.
Whoa.
Oh.
Times have changed.
Whoa.
I will show you the galaxy for what it truly is. See things from a new perspective.
Huh.
Is this what our future holds? Always running.
Oh, wow, yeah, they're showing the Jedi running away.
Gosh, yeah, that's Order 66.
Wow.
You do look more closely.
Or no.
What are we dealing with?
Good question.
Yeah, he's no...
And I offer you an opportunity.
Ooh.
April 6th.
That's soon.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, man.
So badass, bro.
Oh, man.
Ooh. Okay.
Creators of
Oh, it
Clone
looks so
Wars.
good.
Man.
The visuals are great.
To suffer. We survive. But do not live.
Huh. Whoa.
Oh my goodness.
My gosh, dude.
The Emperor.
Oh, that's the one Ahsoka fought, the Inquisitors.
Oh.
Chains can be broken.
Oh, I'm getting goosebumps.
Wow.
Empires.
Ooh. Oh,
the music.
I got goosebumps, man. That doesn't happen.
Streaming.
Oh.
April 6th. Shadow Lord.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so
Awesome.
Him and Darth Vader are my top. I mean, Maul might be a little, just because I grew up loving Phantom Menace and that fight between Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan and Darth Maul. That was so sick. But so clearly it's Empire era, clearly in the shadows. He's neither, like, he's in the middle. He has his own terms, right?
Oh,
He's
yeah.
not fully a
he's not
complete
fully
Sith,
good,
if you will.
but he's not fully Sith.
Yeah, he's got his own agenda. And it's interesting because it seems like he starts to talk to some of the runaway Jedi, so I'm curious.
Yeah.
Similar to what we saw Kanan go through and like in Jedi Fallen Order, or we're going to see some of those Jedi still struggling to survive. And it had that line about surviving is not living.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's showing these Force wielders finding a new type of strength. But I'm curious how Maul will manipulate that for his own gain. That's the biggest thing. That's interesting.
Yeah.
But man, I don't know what stood out to you guys. That was quite something.
I loved the detail of like the little drink. You know, the he's pouring the tea, and he's there right on his knees.
Mm-hmm.
There's this sense of, Matthew and I watched this movie Yojimbo a couple days ago now, and it's a Western sort of deal, Japanese Kurosawa. Yeah, it's the inspiration for what we know now as Westerns, and the more slow, long like really suspenseful cinematic stuff. But this sense of what does Maul have to do in the odds, right? He's very much in between this dark evil that is the Emperor, right? That's taken over the galaxy, and the Jedi that are on the run. He's found himself in between, right? Because where we left off with him was the Emperor, and he just was detached from this new plan, Darth Vader, all these things, right? But this gray area in between, how does he bend it and twist it in his favor? That's very fascinating to discover. And when there's no side that he's necessarily on, besides his own agenda, he's just wiping people out. You know, and what makes him tick? What makes him excited? What makes him angry? Just all these things that will be revealed in the show that I'm
What's interesting though is the Inquisitors are sent after him. So I have a feeling the Empire discovers very quickly that Maul is still alive, which is fascinating.
But he has this like reckless kind of
he's untouchable. He feels he's untouchable.
Right.
And the truth is, he was trained by Palpatine. So, in some ways, yes, he is a threat. He is, if he wanted to, he could take over. And that's what I think is interesting is we see him entertaining that idea. I don't know what stood out to you guys. I want to hear what you guys are feeling.
Yeah, what you were saying in the beginning of, like him having a Padawan, I guess.
Apprentice. Padawan is more Jedi. Yeah.
Oh right, apprentice.
It's all good.
I'm curious as to his interactions with other Jedi who are in hiding, and what you said, what he's building, what's his plan. I ultimately loved just going into it. We feel like we were just right back at where we were left off with him. I immediately remembered the insane Ahsoka and Darth Maul fight scene in Clone Wars season 7. Just remembering the wild scale of that. So I love it, and they're bringing back that style of Clone Wars, obviously in a lot more of a darker element, even though Clone Wars had a lot of dark elements too, but just leaning more into that. I loved it, the music, everything. I found myself getting goosebumps. I'm like, whoa, I'm getting a lot of goosebumps. This is wild. So really just feeling the ride. This definitely felt like a teaser trailer for sure, where you get a glimpse of what's coming, what, us having a lot of questions of what's his intent, what's he wanting to do, and where's he going to go. But definitely a lot of intrigue, and I'm happy it's in April. It'll be here before we know it. But
yeah, I think the hearing his voice was so amazing. He has such an eerie, powerful voice to him, and the whole idea of like Shadow Lord, he is indeed like in the shadows, and he has his own agenda and his own means of survival, and he's wanting people on his team and convincing them to start his own. He's starting his own movement. Like you said, he does have the potential to take over and be the Lord, and overrun if he,
Yeah, well, there's a jealousy, I imagine, right, with like Vader and the Emperor being replaced, if you will.
Yeah.
I'm curious if we'll see more of his origins. I know there have been books that have come out about Maul's origin, backstory, as he was being trained. But like you said, Mom, Shadow Lord. It's not Sith Lord. It's Shadow Lord, because he's not. He doesn't abide by the Sith code or whatever it is. But
yeah. He's like a, what is it called? Outcast.
Outcast.
Yeah.
Kind of.
How about you, Dad? What are you?
I'm so curious to see what this will all really peel back to reveal more of Maul. I'm a little concerned that it's just kind of. And the thing is, if Sam signed on to it, that's what's giving me some faith that there's a lot more to unravel about Maul, and that's exciting.
Yeah.
If it was a different voice actor, I don't know that I'd watch this, because we got a lot of Maul in Clone Wars, a lot more than I had expected, and if you watch some of our reactions, I was very delightfully surprised. The fight for Ahsoka, but then all of the explanations of how he got his legs back and how he ends up in Rebels. So what's interesting is we know the end of this guy. Yeah. We know his demise. So it's really interesting to see what they're going to flush out in that in between. What was it he was striving for? What is it that he's trying to do as he emerges from the shadows? That is a very fascinating question.
Yeah.
And as long as they actually honor the character, and again, I repeat this because I have such an admiration for Sam as a Star Wars fan above all. He knows his lore and he knows his character. The fact that he's on is what's making me be like, yeah, let's sit down and watch it. It doesn't feel like as you know, this word is thrown around a lot these days, but it doesn't feel like just a commercialized cash cow that they're trying to save. Yeah, that. You know, they're not milking this for just the purposes of making some you know, corporate move. This sounds more like there's an honoring of a character, and so it's a teaser. I enjoyed it. It was fun. It looks fantastic.
Yeah.
But as always, if you follow us long enough, story, please.
Yeah,
Story. Character.
Yes.
It has to be there, or it'll miss the mark.
It's a show. It's gotta have like a hook.
Yeah.
It's gotta pull us along for the ride. Especially if this is gonna be a multiple week thing.
Yeah.
And the attention spans, we gotta, you know.
Yeah.
It's gotta have quite the momentum and also a reason to be a show.
I also wonder with the name Maul, it looks like that lava fire. It reminds me of the battle with Obi-Wan and Anakin. And I wonder if there's some kind of parallel to that. Something in his story that's like this breaking point of master and apprentice. Maybe a turning, what is it called?
A breaking
Turning
point?
on.
Turning on. Okay.
The someone who you were supposed to be following, and now you're like
an activation, like a
yes. It's like I'm following you, and then no, I have my own agenda, and now I'm like fighting you because you're going the wrong way. You know, I wonder if there's anything. It could be nothing. It could be a color choice about the artist, but maybe.
Well, it's true because you have the dynamic. Again, we can close this up. Yeah. It's just the dynamic between master and apprentice.
Yeah.
If you don't have a master anymore, what does the apprentice become? Right? And Maul, for a long time, has been the apprentice of Emperor Palpatine. And when he was basically abandoned because Emperor Palpatine was like, I've got Anakin Skywalker and all this, stuff, then he's had to fend for himself, figure this out.
We have to remember he was trying to get Ahsoka on his side. Like, he's all about... Like, it's just so fascinating about Maul is he's so complex.
I was actually going to talk about that he did invite Ahsoka to join him, and I feel like they both went through something similar, a sense of betrayal from what they thought was the way, of their sides of the team. So it would make sense that he would want to recruit someone like an Ahsoka because she went through something similar, except it was with the Jedi Order. So she's also kind of a Jedi who's also in the middle. So it's very fascinating.
Yeah.
Time will tell.
Time will tell.
April
6th.
April. It's not too long from now. So definitely meet us in the comments. Let us know what you thought of this teaser trailer, what the character Darth Maul means to you, how much you like Darth Maul, maybe any insight to this show that is good to know. Maybe some behind the scenes or conversations you've heard that Sam Witwer's had, maybe Dave Filoni's, different people that have talked about this, maybe a little bit more of what to expect. But definitely, we're very interested. Our interest is peaked. And so meet us in the comments. We'll always have to meet you there. And besides that, you guys go out there, spread your light, and have a MaJeliv day. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.